stays in. So now you start stirring it around. Now we only got 2 cans of puree and a can of tomato paste. And you can see that's not very much. So now I'm going to add, and you can add a 3rd can of puree, or if you'd like to mix it up, you can put crushed. So we're going to put some crushed in there. All right.
Positive it's recording.
And then we're going to just kind of,
Is there numbers at the top?
we're going to rinse this out again with water. And go back and forth and just kind of rinse your cans. You see how dark that is? That's mixed with wine. Wine and water. Okay. Okay. Now there's our liquid. It's just like making a cake. We're going to do our liquid first. You get a nice spoon and just start mixing it. Okay. Now we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. Yeah, at least a 1/2 cup of sugar. All right, because tomatoes it's bitter, it's acidy. So we got to add the sugar, and that kind of helps the taste of your sauce. Now we're just mixing it around. Make sure everything is, and again, if you think it's too thick, save yourself, always buy at the grocery store a can of tomato juice, because you can thin it out with tomato juice, but always in the tomato family. All right, so it looks like it's, you know, you're just, because there's lumps in tomato paste. So you're mixing it around until it's smooth. Okay, now we got that part. Now comes the fun stuff. All right, so now, if it was summer, we would chop up fresh basil, because that is a wonderful spice. But we're not. So I've got three ice cubes of basil. Okay, I just threw them in there. Okay, then I have rosemary. I put rosemary in there. And this was frozen. And what I do now is I come over here and we're going to use our chopper. And over here, this is so simple. You know, it's very simple. And you know, every week, it's not always the same. Sometimes it's a different taste. Sometimes, you know, your cans of tomato, it's just different. Actually, last week I even added some fresh tomatoes from my garden that was frozen. So now we're going to take...
Colleen's Italian sausage.
Yeah, and your meat makes the big difference. That draws more flavor. So this onion was this size, you know, and this is just, to me, an average onion. It's not a large onion, onion. And to me, it's sort of a medium onion. So what I did was I took the better half, the more half, and I'm going to use it. So I'm going to cut it and cut it up in my little chopper, because we're going to chop this up real fine. And with it, we're going to try to blend your rosemary, and oh, you know what, I got parsley too. So we're going to blend that, and I got in my oven, I roasted some garlic, because I found out that it's got a better flavor. And so you roast it in the shell, let it cool off a little bit, because then we're going to squeeze it, and we can add it to our...
that smells really good, Mom.
Yeah, when you roast it, I think you
Can't you roast them whole too?
Well, these were all apart already.
Oh.
So I just said I'm going to use these.
So you just roast them in the shell?
Yeah, you roast them in the skin, and then what happens is it just pops out. There's one right there.
Wouldn't you want that olive oil too?
Well, yeah, I'm going to dump it in there. And so you get a little olive oil with the...
Yeah, I bet that olive oil is flavored.
Yeah, because it's all roasted, and that sort of gives it a heartier, instead of having, in the summer people don't like to use their ovens, so I would just put it in cold. But in the winter, it's, it doesn't hurt to have your oven on. Oh. So don't burn your hands.
Did you burn yourself, Emmy?
I bet she did. You got tough skin. So anyway, so we're gonna do this, and can you hand me that rosemary over there? Because we're gonna add that. We're gonna put. I think it chops up better. We'll wait till some of this. So we're gonna just put some of this in here. I really do like this particular spice, and it's also good when you make meatballs. And parsley. Parsley, I bought some Italian parsley, that has good flavor. So we're gonna chop this up just to give you an idea. Tastes like mush. When you make it this fine, it's gonna cook in the sauce, and you don't even it melts, because look how fine it is. You don't have any idea that it's that you're having all this onion. And look, you can't smell it. It smells good. But it's got. Now we're gonna finish up. So what I do is I come over here, and I take a flat knife, and I just go around, and I just push it all out, scrape it all out, and again, go to the sink, I rinse my chopper a little bit. Here we are, some more water, rinsing it out, and again, you want to stir it? Yeah, you stir that all in there, and we're going to come back here and finish off with the rest of this.
Smile then. Go on, you can do it. Smile. There you go.
Oh, boil.
Cooking with Grandma.
So then,
Her first lesson.
I had all these leftover apples because Super Saver's got apples now for 98 cents.
Super Saver.
Yeah, and it's the good, the Brayburns, and they make great apple crisp, and I wanted to do some apple crisp.
Did you say apple crisp?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to just peel all this out and finish it up, and then pour the little bit of leftover.
So how many garlics do you think that is?
Oh, well, this was just like a whole bulb.
Okay. So
Yeah.
a whole bulb
Yeah.
goes in there.
Well, half a bulb.
And then one onion.
Yeah, one medium onion.
And then how much rosemary?
I just, I don't know.
A couple sprigs.
Yeah, whatever you think, if you like rosemary. If you don't like it, then you don't want to use it. Now, sometimes I'll put a pepper in it.
Yeah.
And if you have I'll chop that up.
Yeah, I've seen you do that a lot of times.
And to give it also a pepper flavor.
Green pepper.
Yeah, well, I don't have green, but I have a red pepper. And then I got some little tiny peppers, I think, too. So, okay. I'm going to go over here. And I don't know how much olive oil. There's not much.
Well, you just put it in anyway, don't you?
Yeah, we're just going to slip it in there. That onion got to my eyes. All right. All right, now we're going to finish this a little bit. I could have mashed this. If you're... I love this thing. You know what happened? I gave this to Nana many, many years ago for Mother's Day. And because she was always chopping everything by hand. And I thought, oh man, this would be so neat. And so she took it, and I don't know how many years. One day she says to me, Rosie, I'm going to give you something. You gave it to me. I never used it. It's still in the box. So where do you think I got that from? So anyway, I says, and this is Cruisinot, and it is such a great product. So she gave it to me, and I use it. I know I use it 3 times a week because I chop everything, and I do like chopping by hand, but it's a lot of work. And when you're in a hurry and you got a lot to chop, if you only got a little bit to chop, that's different. All right, so we come back here, and you can use a spatula, but if you don't have a chopper, when you roast something, you can mash it. You can, mash everything. So again, what are we gonna do? We're gonna rinse that with water. Just a little bit of water, because it's got all that flavor. Okay, see the olive oil in there and the water, and so now, just for the heck of it, we're going to put a piece of pepper.
Just for the heck of it.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to ruin this pepper. I'm going to get a different pepper. I don't want to cut into it. So I think I got, look what I got. I got these little tiny peppers.
Those are good. Can I have one of those?
Yeah. Oh, these are, where did I find those? I found those at the grocery store. And how many, oh, it is only a pound, but they want to sell for $2.99 instead of $3.99. So I said,
great.
I'm going to get these. So what we're going to do, all right, we wash the pepper, and then what we do, we cut it out. And we don't want the seeds. So we got to take the seeds out. And we'll just take them out like that. And we're going to put some chopped pepper in it. Just for the heck of it. And you don't have to, but sometimes, if anything you roast is better. It enhances the flavor. But because it's winter,
you can always put it in the oven, right?
Right. All right, so when you have a chopper like this, you still cut it. You still chop it like this, smaller, because then you can get, you don't put a whole pepper in there. You still cut it. And so we're just putting this one little mini pepper just to give it a kick. And it's a sweet pepper. It's not a hot pepper. Okay, thank you. So you want to try it? You press one of those. You hold on to that. All right. And you can stop and start again.
How much do I?
No, keep going. Okay. Okay. Isn't that a fun thing? So, here, see how it's all chopped? Well, that's going to cook down. That's just going to cook down to nothing, and all it's going to do is give you flavor.
These are really good. Really sweet.
Yeah, these are... All right, so that's that. All right. Now, again, you notice that we're still down. We just got to... now, I know Aunt Julie loves to put cheese in it, and that's a good thing, too. But
so does Christine.
But, you know,
puts Parmesan cheese
I just don't remember Nana ever putting cheese in it. I just honestly don't. But if you like that, then you can do that. Now, here's another...
I know Christine puts cheese in it.
So that's the base of your sauce, okay? Now, what you add to it, now this will cook very slow.
So do you have any spices in it other than the rosemary?
The spices were real spices.
I know, but did you add bay leaf?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay.
Some people do add bay leaf.
You know how you always add Italian seasonings to it?
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
Really?
No.
You don't add Italian seasoning?
Mm-mm.
You know the Italian seasoning that you used to
Yeah.
get? You don't do that anymore?
Mm-mm. I
Wow.
just put in everything. Now that's a chipped one. All right, that's just 2 bay leaves. Okay. Now, what happens is once you start putting your meat in, then your sauce comes up.
So far, tell us what's in there.
Oh, she just
I did.
did it all.
This is 3 cans of puree and a can of tomato paste and a 1/2 cup of sugar and an onion, garlic, olive oil, bay leaf,
Rosemary.
I did the rosemary.
And a pepper and wine.
Yeah, I'm going to write it down. And so now, if you've got any leftover, like you've got pork or anything, like I say 2 sausages. Aunt Colleen's special sausage.
Oh.
So I'm going to put that in. Now, I made a great pork tenderloin this past week. And so this is pork, and this is beef and pork. So we're going to add it to our sauce. Put this back. And what we're going to do is, because it's sausage, we're just going to cut it like this. We'll just cut it in little pieces. And so it should, just gives you that flavor in your sauce. Because right now you just have sauce. The meat also gives it flavor. Okay, so we're just going to do that. And then I'm not going to make my meatballs right now because half of the stuff is still frozen. But
Oh no, that's what she wanted to make.
All right,
meatballs.
well, let's see what we got. Over here, now we got that in there.
The
Now,
meatballs are your best part.
well, I've got
Just put it in the microwave, Mom, and put it on defrost.
yeah, I can do that. I've got a pound of pork. This, I'm using Italian sausage. In this case, it's Jimmy Dean's. Usually I have hamburger here.
Hamburger is so expensive.
Yeah, but I happen to get some on sale. And then I actually even have some ground turkey. But I like the Jimmy Dean's Italian sausage. It's very good too. And so what we're going to do, so we got the base. And I'm going to put this away. And so for the base of our meatballs, we're going to make it the spicy meatballs.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I want to rinse this again. Now, when I use the spices, if I wanted to use dry spices, it's in my meatballs. And if it's summer, I'll use fresh from the garden.
Fresh basil.
Yeah, everything we do fresh. And, but my basil now is,
So you don't use thyme?
I have it, I don't have any. No.
Oh. But you don't normally put that in?
No.
I always thought you did. I always thought you used Italian seasoning, so that's new to me.
Well, years ago I did. When I tried all different ways. Because my sauce isn't always the same every week.
It changes all the time.
Yeah, it always
Sometimes you have sausage, sometimes you have peppers, sometimes you have pork, sometimes you have,
Right, because I have Italian. No, I don't. I don't even have Italian seasoning. I have.
You used to have some in the, the
in
jar.
Yeah.
But fresh is always better than.
Now here's sweet basil.
Yeah, but fresh is always better. You just,
I
you just
already
had
got
those ice
basil.
cubes. Yeah, you
So
had
I
those
don't
ice
need
cubes.
it.
Yeah.
I don't need it. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me show you. I'm going to get a bowl here.
Your meatballs are the best.
Well, again, it's just, so what we're going to do, I found out you could get a soft meatball if you add milk to your
We got Emily to smile. Oh my gosh, that's great, Mom. It's the secret is milk.
Milk.
Milk. I like how you say it. Milk.
Here's your apple cider. It's getting cold. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. So we've got our sauce started. So what I do is I take it over here,
Closer.
and that's over there.
Oh my god, that was funny. And that's over there.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do? I've got a pound. I only use 2 pounds. I use a pound of pork and a pound of beef. And so let me put this away. And I already have.
So you don't even put Parmesan cheese in your meatballs?
Sometimes I don't.
Really?
If I don't have it, I don't have it. Now, here is my own breadcrumbs. Anytime I have bread that's left over from Sunday, Italian bread, this has some Parmesan cheese in it. In fact, there's one little piece sticking out. But it's breadcrumbs and parsley. And I just keep it in a bag.
So I used to come over on Sundays, you would make it.
Yeah. You say, well, Grandma, what are you making? I said, I'm making the meatballs. And you said, can I make the meatballs with you? So, here we go. So we take out, this is a pound of pork. Okay? All right, now we might have to stick this, let me take it out of the wrapper. Because my hamburger is not thawed out.
Yeah, put that in the microwave on defrost, Mom.
Well, it's got a metal thing on it, so I've got to
What do you
keep
mean?
a metal wrap around it.
No, not that.
It'll arc.
Your hamburger. That's up.
No,
in the
I
back.
want to use this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using hamburger.
No, this is Italian sausage, and I've used this before, and I really like it.
Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean's Italian sausage. It's got all the spices in it.
Wow.
It's got everything in it, and they even have one that's sage.
Ooh, I bet
That
that's
is very good.
Yeah.
I've used
That'd
that.
be good with chicken and pork.
Right. I've also used that for dressing.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have bread stuffing, if you get the Jimmy Dean sage and put it, just brown it and put it in your stuffing for Thanksgiving, it's got a very good flavor. Okay, now we're going to do that like that. See, some of this is defrosted. Shoot. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this on a plate and defrost it a little bit. And because it's just,
Or you could have taken that package and just put it in warm water too.
well, let me slip it in here a minute. And
Yeah, just put it on defrost. Don't close it though, because it'll pop.
no, I'm not. So we're good. While that's doing that, okay, let me wash my hands. So now what we're gonna do, even if you've got, so we're gonna do, all right, so we're gonna, oh, we gotta have an egg. So I just use 1 egg. Some people use 2 eggs, you know, but I use 1 egg. Because I'm trying to see, I thought I just bought some more parsley, but I got some here. And
Is that milk?
no, this is half and half.
Oh, you use half and half?
Whatever you got. If you've got milk, you got anything, a half and half is even a richer milk, and it just enriches the
Makes them soft.
soft. So we take some parsley, and this is Italian parsley, and I just take the leaves off, and then I can wash them. We just pinch them off like this. This is great parsley. You know, parsley is very good. And you know, like say for example, you've eaten something and it's giving you a bad breath. Take some parsley. It sweetens your breath. It's very good.
No,
No, really. No,
Oh,
really.
okay.
I've seen that on cooking shows too. I'm not just teasing you. But it is. It's very, very good. I can't remember.
And you want to chase some?
No, it won't kill you. All right. So
It
we're
won't
going-
kill you, then. Just try it.
So we're gonna chop it up a little bit in our little. Okay, what happened to my little chopper? Did you see it, Emily?
Isn't it right there?
What is it?
The little. Oh, here it is. The little circle is right in front of me. It could have bit me. All right. So now we're going to put that in there, and it just depends on how much. You know, parsley, like I said, it's very mild. Very mild. It isn't. But this, see how the leaf is flat? That is Italian parsley. It almost resembles cilantro, but it isn't. Cilantro has a little round leaf, and the curly parsley is more dense, and it's like, you know, like Nana would say, that's American. This is Italian parsley. So, here we go. So we're going to throw this in here. That looks like enough. And if you would like to do the honors, and you can chop that.
How long do I chop it?
Until it's all chopped. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit more. You know, I can't get over one day, of course, you remember that cook in Oklahoma, the pioneer woman? Well, she had an enormous amount of hamburger. I don't know what she was doing. She actually put it in a mixer and mixed it with her mixer. That's how much hamburger she had. And some people don't like to put their hands in it. And I
How can you not when you're making meatballs?
Well, that's when you make meatballs, you have to do it. All right, now just a minute. Let me wash my hands, and then you can use a fork if you don't like to handle raw meat. Some people don't, and so anyway, here we go. So let's see what our little. Okay, that's not bad. So we're going to go here, and we're going to put our parsley in. So we got parsley. Isn't that pretty? And again, you know what we can do? We can take some more water, just a little bit, and rinse it out, and you put some of that in your sauce. There. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we need to mix up, and you know, even like a butternut. I love this knife. I don't know, I got it from somebody, and it's got
I think you got it from me.
a wider blade, and so anyway, I just combine and with the hamburger.
So basically, you have hamburger. And then the Jimmy Dean Italian sausage.
You can have hamburger, and you need to mix pork with beef.
Right.
No matter what kind of beef, and you can put sausage. Now this is only 2 pounds, so and that's about all I make. 2 pounds, and usually it comes to about close to 30 meatballs or
Jeez.
28, somewhere around there. If I make them bigger.
Do you put any seasoning in this?
Yeah, well, we're just starting.
Oh,
we're just starting. So, we're just trying to combine the meats. And that's why I use a knife. To cut through. Well, it just happened to be a little frozen, so that's another reason. Okay, so now we're going to put our breadcrumbs. We're going to move this out of the way. And now we're going to put our breadcrumbs in. And based on 2 pounds, I never measure. I just, now look at here. Here's my Parmesan, what's left over of my Parmesan. There's Parmesan cheese in here. And so we're just...
Oh, so there is Parmesan cheese in there.
Yeah, there is a little in here.
How much do you think?
Oh, a cup, maybe.
And then what's the ratio to breadcrumbs?
Oh, I don't know how, I had never measured my breadcrumbs. I had a lot of leftover bread, and I just started.
So how much breadcrumbs do you think you just put in there?
Oh, I put at least 2 cups.
2 cups of breadcrumbs?
I think, don't you think I put 2 cups in there?
Yeah, but it has cheese in too.
Right, but very little, very little.
Oh,
now,
okay, so it's more breadcrumbs.
Right, so now we're going to put our egg in. Ta-da! All right, and now the secret ingredients. The milk. We're going to put, and if you want to measure, we'll put in, let's see, 2 pounds. Let's see how this goes. You can tell.
So far it's a half a cup?
Yeah, that wasn't quite a half a cup. All right, so now we're going to mix it a little bit. And we're going to put, because it's got the cheese in it, I don't put you notice I didn't add any salt?
No.
I have not added any salt.
Well, doesn't the sausage have a lot of salt?
Well, there was
And the
just
cheese?
2 pieces. There was just 2 pieces. But I've never added salt.
No, I mean, but isn't this Italian sausage that you
Oh,
put
yeah.
in hamburger
It's
salty?
totally...
Yeah, you know.
It's, well, if you want to read what it's got in there, and it's got...
You just never add any extra.
I don't add any extra salt, but the ingredients are on the back, and you can, it's up to you. If you like salted stuff, and see how it's starting to come together. Now, I do add pepper, and I have this great pepper, and let's see, I might add, if I have anything else in the dry. I doubted that, oh, hi. So I'm going to add some pepper to taste. This is great pepper. It's a more coarse pepper. And if you think it looks dry, you can add another egg. You can add, more milk. But milk gives the meatball a soft texture instead of a rubber. Like some meatballs are hard or rubbery, and I'm finding out that milk actually gives you a softer meatball, and it's thoroughly baked.
And this is half and half that you're using.
I'm just using it because I've got it available and I might as well use it. I do have milk, but more than likely, most people would have milk. And this gives you, voila, the meatball. So, again, if I had, we can at this time use some of that dry basil because we didn't use it for...
Here, it's right here, Mom.
Oh, yeah, we can use that because we didn't need to use it for the...
Didn't you put some in the sauce? Oh, that was bay leaf.
I put sweet basil.
You put the...
Because it was in my ice cubes.
Yeah, right.
And I used, I think it was 4 ice cubes, don't you think?
3.
Okay, so now my oven is on, and I bake my meatballs. I don't fry them. Nana Troya used to bake them. Sometimes my mother, she would fry them.
You used to fry them.
Yeah, I used to fry them, and it was just too much work, and it's too much grease. This way, you bake them, and there's hardly anything. And you can do other things. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to babysit it. You just bake them, and you don't have to turn them. You just, I like it better. I really do. Okay, it's you always learn new things. You shouldn't be set like this is written in gold. You can always change the recipe. But this is just very, very basic. Don't you think, Emily?
Mm-hmm.
We'll write it down. All right, so now what I do, the oven is already on.
What temperature?
It's 350. Okay, so I take one of these pans. I love this pan. This is one of my all-time favorite pans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jelly roll pan, and I bought it years ago. And so what I do, I love this parchment paper,
Oh yeah.
and this is great for cookies.
Yeah, I use it a lot.
Anything, because
That's what I put my chicken breast on, and then
it
we
gives
cook
you
it in the
a
oven.
nice flat when you're baking cookies. Years ago, I couldn't afford anything like this. I just braided my pan or put butter on it. I didn't even know what this was.
You didn't even have spray
No.
stuff back in the day.
No. So now I
You never even bought foil.
No, I didn't have that luxury, but now I do.
Yeah.
So I'm taking advantage of it, and I found out my cookies come out nicer. They have a nice flat finish. It's a good thing. So we're gonna put this in like this, and sometimes you have to cut it because you don't know your pan. The way it won't burn though. At least I've not seen it burn. Okay. Just to give it a little. Oh, you want to wash your hands? And we're gonna make some meatballs. We're gonna make some meatballs. So we're gonna clean our surface here. Always try to work on a clean surface. And you know, I love this nun I had. Bless her heart. I know she's in heaven. She was so good. And because when I was growing up, people didn't have dishwashers. And so she, in home ec, we would start with the hot water. Here's a towel. And a sink full of water. And so while you're cooking and you're done with one thing, you just throw it in the sink. So, and then it soaks. And then you've got that working for you.
You even spray the parchment paper?
Well, I'm going to just use it just a little. Sometimes you don't have to. But just to be on the safe side, your meatballs should not stick on this paper. But you know, I noticed this one lady, she used parchment paper, and she did spray it. So I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll try it. Okay, so now we're going to go over here. Now, we don't have a little, you seen those little
You don't have one of those?
scooper things?
You don't have one of those?
No.
No way, Mom. I can't believe you don't have one of those. We even have one of those. The ice cream scooper that goes click.
No.
So they all come out the same?
No, so, you know.
Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
So this is probably our average, what do you think? This is our average little meatball. So that's where we want to go.
I never knew you didn't have one of those.
No.
We even have one. That's why
I have
your cookies all will come out the same too if you use that clicker.
So you
don't have a clicker?
No, I have a melon ball thing, but it's just a little thing.
Oh, yeah, you got to get it. I got mine from Pampered Chef.
Oh,
I love it. So then all your cookies come out the same size.
Good, Emily. So let's make meatballs. So you start making them about that size, and then we'll fill it up, and then we'll put it in the oven.
Those look perfect.
Isn't that fun?
How's it going, Em?
Excuse me.
All right. I think she's liking this. She used to make meatballs when she was a little girl.
Oh, I know.
I want to make the meatball. And I think we have a picture of you and Emily when she was little at the kitchen table when she was stirring the sauce.
Oh, I bet. Now here's this, if you have any leftover pork, if you've got, say for example, a pork rib that's not barbecued, it's just, you grilled it, there's no barbecue sauce on it, you could throw that in your sauce. anything with the pork and a bone, anything that has a bone.
Yeah, Nana used to use.
They used to use pork rib. They called it riblets, and
yeah, those little teeny things.
Yeah.
She used a lot of those.
And so that's what gave
She'd get them in the big packs.
Yeah, and that's what you could roast them in the oven and then throw them in your sauce. Some people throw meatballs raw.
So I thought she threw the pork riblets in raw.
She could have.
Oh.
She could have. So some people even throw their hamburgers raw, but I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So they have to be baked, and they don't have to be thoroughly baked.
Yeah, just
but
a
they
little
have to
bit
be
cooked.
baked.
Yeah.
And because if there's any grease or anything,
yeah, because the bone is
it's
what's
not
giving
in
you
your
the
sauce.
flavor.
Yeah, there's no bone in your meatball, and this way, if there is any grease, it's not all in that sauce.
Right.
And then as it cooks, Emily, during the day, I'll take a little spoon and put it in there and taste it. And if it needs more sugar, if it's still bitter, then I'll add a little more sugar.
So what do you keep your temperature on all day, and how long does it cook?
All day. From noon until
6?
6. And it's on, usually I put it on...
Low.
No, it's not low. It's not, I start at 2, and it goes between 2 and this dot.
Okay. So between low and medium low.
Yeah, because to me, this is 4. To me, is medium. This is high.
Right.
I usually start around 2.
Oh, that's really low. So very low simmer.
Yeah. And, so that
Looks good already, and we haven't even started.
No, it's not going to cook tonight. I'm just going to store it in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And so I'm really caught up.
So that's all the sauce that you have that goes in? Because it seems like you always have a lot more than that.
I know. But once the hamburgers go in, the sauce.
So that's all the sauce you normally do, Mom?
Yeah.
Really?
Look, there's 3 cans and a tomato. Sometimes I'll even add, I did buy another tomato. So right now you got, this is how much you've spent on your tomato sauce. Well, if you go to Walmart, this is $1.24. So $1.24, this is $1. I bought this brand at Baker's. This usually runs $1. These run about $1, I don't know, $1.50, because you've got 12 ounces.
Yeah, it's a bigger can.
Don't buy those little tiny cans. Just buy this can.
Okay.
And so it just depends on how many people you're going to serve.
Yeah, but normally your sauce is a lot more than that.
Right. I mean,
so I was wondering if you well, normally you usually have more than that.
Yeah.
Look in that sauce, Dad. Look, you see, Dad.
Yeah, it's
Say hi, Grandpa.
Oh, hi.
See, Dad. Look in there.
We're getting the recorded version.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's usually way higher.
Well, that's because you see it when I'm all done and all the meat is in there.
Oh,
And
the meat will pop it up.
the
Yeah.
meat's
A little bit.
Oh, well.
But you do sometimes add tomato juice.
Oh yeah, that's what I got it.
Emily's making
Oh,
the
the can of
meatballs.
tomato juice isn't open.
No, I never opened it because I
Okay.
put wine. If some people don't like wine, they can add.
We like
tomato
wine.
juice.
Everybody here likes wine.
Well,
Yeah.
well, there's wine in it. There's at least okay, we got it in there so you can wash your hands, Emily. And then we're gonna stick these in the oven and let them bake.
At what temperature?
350.
For how long?
Well, it just depends. You know, maybe we could look at it in 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Oh, I forgot I have my pan in here. Well, we'll just
Careful.
put it on top of my pan.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be okay.
I'd say they normally cook a lot longer than that. That's
Well,
fast.
now remember, we're not thoroughly cooking these.
Oh, you're not cooking them through?
No, they're going to be brown.
Oh,
They're
okay.
going to be brown.
And
So
then they
while
cook the
that's-
rest in the sauce?
Yeah, so that while that's cooking, we can. And if you've got any sauce left over that's frozen or anything, you could add it to that sauce, and it'll be fine. And see, I was trying. See, this was bread from last week. See, you can do a lot. Don't ever throw away food that's good, but it's old, especially bread. You can make your own breadcrumbs, and they're even better because you're actually using Italian bread. And why throw it away? And if you've got some spice, like this has rosemary in it, you just put it in your blender, or and this will chop up and be just like this. And so you've always got it on hand, because you can make chicken parmesan, you can make tenderloin, pork tenderloin, and you just take some and put it in a bowl and make your own. Once you've used the meat, then you need to throw it away. You can't put it back in here. So, but this is not used. And so I saved myself a lot of work. So now we're going to clean up a little bit while that's cooking and throw away our
So
stuff.
then after the meatballs are done,
We put them in the sauce.
and then that's it.
Yep. And then it just cooks because
Now, just really quick, how do you do your spaghetti? How do you cook your spaghetti noodles?
well, you boil the water. I add some salt. I add some olive oil. And I wait for a brisk boil. Then I put my spaghetti in and use always stirring, because spaghetti, when you throw it in or any kind of pasta, when you throw it in hot water, it kind of glues together, but the oil is supposed to keep it loose, slick. And so that it doesn't, sometimes the spaghetti itself, if you pour it in, sometimes it's tall, you can always cut it in half. And so it isn't tall, because sometimes it'll cake at the bottom because you didn't hurry up and stir it. And so you got this whole cake. It's all stuck together, like 30 strands of spaghetti stuck together, so you got to tear it apart. So
Then you cook it and then you strain it,
then I
but
just
you don't
strain
rinse it.
Sometimes I rinse it, sometimes I don't. Then I put it back in the pan. I add some olive oil at the bottom of my pan. I can put some garlic powder in it.
Pesto?
If you can afford pesto, you can add pesto to it. If you can't,
you add pesto.
well, not all the time. If I'm out, you can put garlic powder and stir it up with olive oil. And that gives it a good flavor.
Awesome.
So, because pesto is very, very expensive. In fact, this summer I'm going to learn how to make it from my garden.
Yeah, it's just basil, olive oil, garlic, and pine nuts.
Well, that's a lot.
Pine nuts are the most expensive.
Right.
But garlic and fresh basil and olive oil.
It takes a lot of basil.
So the only thing that's in it that is expensive is the pine nuts.
Well, basil, it takes a lot of basil. It doesn't just take, it takes a lot.
Oh.
It's not just a little bit.
Okay, so basically after the meatballs are done, you're going to put them in the sauce and then they're going to cook for the rest.
Yeah, slowly.
So why don't you get together, Mom, and I'll just end the video.
Okay.
And you guys...
That's all, folks. That's all, folks.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Right? Like Bugs Bunny. Is it Bugs Bunny?
Until we get the next video of what you're...
the next video, we're going to make some...
apple crisp. Oh my God, that's amazing.
I got these apples, and since the store is going to have another sale, I've got to use these apples that I bought.
Oh, that's one of Peter's favorite is apple
I
crisp.
thought,
And
what
many
a
more.
perfect night and day for apple crisp.
Yeah. All right, so I'll end this one. This was Grandma's Spaghetti Sauce with Emily.
Ta-da!
All right.
Thank you, folks. That's all, folks.
Bye.
Bye.